Hi there. Every day we live our good life and sometimes have no idea that there's a great animal world around us where life sometimes is very tough. And we often pay no attention to the animals that are having hard times. Of course, not all of us, and here in this video on Awesome Animals channel, you'll see several examples of people's goodness. So, let's get started. A starving swan was found in very poor condition. It had been starving for a while, and during the first visit to the vet, looked weak and absolutely indifferent to what was happening around him. Then he was given some vitamins and antibiotics and put in the cage. Sometime after, a team of wildlife aid rescuers was happy to find the poor bird feeling better. It looked like it had nothing against having some food. When he was given some green grass, it went mad about the food, and nobody could help crying. 5 days later, after keeping a diet with vitamins and green grass, the swan was fit enough to start exercising. Simon took it to the special pond where it could train its injured legs and wings.
Indeed, the swan was fit enough to be released shortly after.
The recovery was long, but one sunny day the swan came home to the big nice lake near the place where it had been found. A member of a volunteer group has found an eagle. She put the creature in a special box, but at first it was difficult to find out what was wrong with the bird because it did not allow people to touch it. When the rescuer put the bird out of the box, it became evident that both birds' ankles were either broken or twisted. For several weeks, she was moving the bird in a special sling. One happy day, the bird started its first attempts at flight. After that, the volunteer walked her outside every day. And finally, when she decided that the bird became strong enough to be free, she took it to the beach, and the eagle flew away into the sky. The rescuers from Megabatty Project has found a baby flying fox. It was 6 or 7 weeks old and was sitting alone at the time. The little beast turned out to be a boy and was very scared and crying bitterly.
Yeah, it's just a baby.
But the new mama gave him a teddy and a bit of apple juice and he calmed down. At home, she made all the necessary measurements and treatment. It's interesting that these animals are used to sucking something and a new mama gave it a piece of rubber. You know, having these animals in the cage is not the best idea. So the woman took the baby to the special kindergarten for bats where he got all the necessary health care. There, the baby will be raised until he's old enough and ready for release in about 3 months. After that, he will go into a special place where he will join other orphans and form a group. There, they all together will learn how to live in a batty society. A small bird was found somewhere in the field. After a heavy rain, it couldn't fly because it was wet. At first it was scared and tried to run away, but without any success. The problem was that the field was covered with water, and these attempts were dangerous as it could die. The birdie would definitely have drowned without human help, but fortunately a team of rescuers was at the right place at the proper time. People are strong not to damage, but to protect ones who are weaker. Soon after the new year, 2020, hundreds of people living near the seacoast of New Zealand were busy trying to save whales. All people were touched by the situation with huge beasts thrown at the seacoast. They were working non-stop, digging, looking for water, and trying to find ways to help them. After hours of work, they sent the whales back to the sea by cries of happiness. That's the example of big hearts together. When several people come together with good intentions, no one could imagine how much kindness they can do. Sea tortoise are known to be very strong and healthy. Specialists say that these animals may live up to 100 years. A group of strangers found a big tortoise in the net. The creature couldn't move and would have died of hunger without help. They cut it free with a special knife. Some minutes later, the happy animal came back to the sea. If a legend about its wisdom is true, the turtle will appreciate what people did to save its life. But we should remember that we need to be more careful to avoid hurting such unique creatures. Golf is a nice sport and good exercise, but not all fans of this sport knew that birds also like observing this game. When a group of golf players were enjoying their hobby at the country club, they saw big scared eyes and a leg. It was a baby owl who had gotten trapped at the height of 12 feet. Nowadays, Fan of Golf is enjoying all necessary care at the Special Center for Injured Birds. Who knows, maybe birds will soon learn to play golf too. Being paralyzed is always sorrowful, especially if the victim is a beautiful big bird like an eagle. An eagle got stuck in high voltage wires. It seems that its wing had been broken. That's why it couldn't get out. Its life was in real danger because without help, it would have died. But a rescue team saved its life from a helicopter. It took about an hour, but the result was worth it. The poor creature couldn't believe its happy saving and didn't go away for a while. A sad story with a happy end. Sometimes even dangerous animals able to kill people sometimes get into trouble. Having a big heart means being ready to help anyone who is in danger. It looks unbelievable, but even huge beasts like a whale shark may get in danger. 2 divers spent hours trying to help a big shark to break free. It had a string tied up around its body, and cutting it was a really big help for the marine creature. It had been having this string for a long time, as there were some wounds on the shark's skin. Soon after the salvation, the shark swam back to the sea. It would definitely say thank you to people if it could. But even without these words, rescuers should know that they had done something very nice and important for the human being. A little butcher bird fell in the bucket filled with water. It was wet and couldn't fly away. It was crying desperately, but help came very fast, because the poor bird got stuck at the backyard of the house belonging to a young but very kind lady.
Just let it go. It's wet.
This story teaches us that brain and physical power are given to humans not to express power, but to help ones who are weaker. Let's hope that all creatures will live long and happily. And we don't need to be superheroes to do such an important job, and our greatest superpower is our kind-heartedness. By the way, have you ever heard that not only superhumans from comic books have superpowers? Some animals also have superpowers. Just watch the video 9 Animals with Spider-Man Superpowers on Animal Like People channel and you'll learn a lot about it. Subscribe to them, and you will always have access to lots of fascinating facts. See you!